Every year, 30,000 speakers from around the world compete in the Toastmasters International Speech Contest. Normally, these contests are held in person in front of a live audience. However, because of certain circumstances, that has changed, and the contest will now be done virtually. I may not be eligible for the International Speech Contest anymore, but if I were, how would I approach it? That's what I'm going to share with you right now. Okay, we're going to break this down into 3 parts. 1, fundamental foundations. 2, technical technology. And 3, presentation proposals. Hooray for alliteration. You need to know the rules. It is not the responsibility of the speech contest organizer or the judges to let you know what the rules are. That responsibility is yours and yours alone. So the first tip is learn the contest rules as well as the judging criteria for the contest. Even though the contest will be done virtually, as of this recording, neither the rules nor the contest judging criteria have changed. In the description below, there are links to the current rules and judging criteria for the Toastmasters International Speech Contest. Read them, know them, master them. They are your best friend. Next tip, find who the speech contest organizer is or the chief judge and ask them if there are going to be any requirements for the contestants. Will all contestants be required to stand for their speech? Will you be able to sit down when you give your speech? Also, will all the contestants need to speak the exact same way? For instance, if one person gives their speech standing up, does that mean everybody has to give their speech standing up? You want to make sure you get this confirmation. The next question you want to ask is, how are the judges going to be instructed to judge the contest? Are the judges going to be instructed to stick strictly to the judging criteria? Will they be instructed to be lenient for video quality and video sound? The judging criteria may not have changed, but at the end of the day, judges are still human. They have human biases, and they will interpret the criteria how they see fit unless they are specifically instructed otherwise. Make sure you ask this question because it will mean consistency and fairness for all of the competitors. And please, ask these questions well before your contest begins. Do not wait until the last moment to ask these questions. In 2019, Toastmasters International introduced a video quarterfinal into the speech contest. Videos of live speeches were recorded and the videos were sent to a panel of judges virtually. Back then, it was the Toastmasters district that was responsible for the filming, the lighting, and the sound. However, for a speech contest that is recorded from your home, you are now responsible for the filming, the lighting, and the sound. But before we get to those, first you need to make sure you have a solid internet connection. If you have a bad internet connection, you are going to run the risk of your video and sound being out of sync. And as you can see, this is very annoying. If this happens during your speech, it's going to look bad and it may negatively affect you on the judging ballot. Also, if you don't have a good internet connection, you run the risk of your video freezing right in the middle. To get a better internet connection, make sure that you optimize your internet's bandwidth. You should turn off all other devices that can connect to the internet. The only device that should be connected to the internet is the device that you are using to connect to the video conferencing platform. Also, if you have an Ethernet cord, use this instead of relying on your Wi-Fi. Ethernet connections are faster than Wi-Fi connections. Now that connection speed is out of the way, the next thing that you want to do is smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you find this content at least remotely valuable. But more important than that, when you deliver your speech, you want to make sure that you can be seen. A live speech loses some of its effectiveness if you cannot see the speaker speaking. So make sure that your audience can properly watch you by having a good web camera. Personally, I would choose a webcam that has HD quality video capabilities. If you see a 1080p on your device, that means that it has the capability of shooting in high definition. For my video conferences and live chats, I use a Logitech 1080p web camera. Another option is to use a recently released mobile device, like a tablet or a smartphone. To be safe, you will want to use a mobile device that was released within this year or in the last 5 years. These mobile devices are much more likely to have HD quality cameras. Keep in mind that for a mobile device, you have to worry about issues like battery life, as well as issues such as overheating. But whatever mobile device you have, make sure you research its capabilities before you use it for your contest. Last point that I'll make is that even though I prefer you would use a HD quality camera, you can get away with a lesser quality camera image. But please do not go any lower than 720p. But if you do go for a lesser quality camera image, you will have to make up for it with your lighting. Even if you don't have a top quality camera, if you have good lighting, you can still have a good video image. You want to find a good balance of light that doesn't leave you underexposed or overexposed. A good way to balance your light would be to have a soft white light. White lights are usually less harsh than yellow lights. Yellow lights don't look as good on camera. Now I have a studio setup, so I have white lights, but I also have these soft boxes here. These soft boxes will make the light even softer so that the light doesn't shine as brightly on my face. Another source of light that I use is a ring light. These come in various forms, sizes, and prices. I personally use this type of ring light, and I am not going to even try to pronounce that name. This type of ring light is actually really good because I can clip it to something nearby and it can give me good quality light on my face. But just a quick tip, try not to have your light directly in front of your face. One, not only will it hurt your eyes if you look at it for too long, but two, if you have glasses, then you're going to get a glare, like this. If you don't want to pay for lighting or equipment, then you can actually use a free white light known as the sun. And for those of you who are confused, the sun is actually white, not yellow. It just looks yellow because of the atmosphere of the Earth. Hooray for science. Now, using natural sunlight can be a little bit tricky because the sun will shine brighter throughout different parts of the day. And if the sun is too bright on you, then it will leave you overexposed. And remember, overexposure is bad. And if it's cloudy and the sun isn't out, then you run the risk of being underexposed. And remember, underexposure is bad too. Personally, I would block all natural sunlight and just use artificial lighting, because that gives me greater control over how much light is produced. But whatever your preference is, just make sure you have good lighting so your audience can see your face. Now, image is one thing, but some people may tell you that they can tolerate a bad image more than they can tolerate a bad sound. How can you make sure that you sound good? I have a few recommendations. Don't rely on your computer's internal microphone. Unless you have a top-notch computer with a top-notch internal microphone, I would recommend that you use an external microphone. A good quality microphone that I'd recommend is a Blue Yeti, which is the type that I have. Now, there are cheaper mics that you can buy. However, just make sure you know how to handle them. You may also want to use a lavalier microphone that can hook up to your computer. That can be a really good advantage if you want to stand up as you give your speech. However, don't ask me how to connect it to your computer because I do not know. Now, I will say that the latest mobile devices do have good sound quality, especially if you get up closer to the microphones as you speak. But I will say that an external mic is good because if it's a good quality mic, you will be able to drown out the background noise as you speak. Another option you have to make your sound better is actually really simple. Just move in closer to the microphone. Okay, my friends, we have gotten through foundations and we've gotten through technology. That just leaves us with presentation proposals. Make sure you watch that video to get presentation tips on how you can perform your speech in front of a virtual audience. All right, my friends, that's it for now. But until next time, take care.